Man, if you hurt her, you fix her. A woman's our responsibility.
Well, what if I didn't hurt her? She comes in it.
She's your woman, though.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? Take Your Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is the part 2 video of the video I posted of the 2 black men talking about a traditional relationship and a 50-50 male. And literally what they went on to talk about, they were talking about being a traditional man and going 50-50 as a man. Guys, if you haven't seen that video, go check out that video so you get full context of what we're talking about in this video. Okay, so just go check out that video. I'll leave it up on the card and also in the description box, so you just click either of them and to take you there. So this particular video is going to be women reacting to what these 2 black men were discussing about, which I found very, very interesting, because some of the things they were spitting, you need to hear it. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video. Then I'll come back and share my thought. Okay?
Hours a day. That sounds like slavery.
16 hours a day, taking care of the kids, washing, cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the bills, on top of light duties and everything else, dealing with multiple personalities, and still having to pay 50-50. You lost me, because I'd never do it. I can see if he was paying a mortgage and I'm paying the rest, or we both going 50-50 on the light duties as far as taking care of the kids in the house, washing, cooking, and cleaning. But me majorly doing most of the work in the house, taking care of the kids, and working 16 hours a day. I would never in my life, and never have, did that or do that with a man. Sorry, not even with a woman.
That sounds like slavery.
The boys tried to eat me up when I said keeping a man is not a flex. There are way less men like the one in the tracksuit than there are like the one in the t-shirt. And that's why keeping them is not a flex, because they want to enslave us.
And you got her working 16 hours a day.
I am confused. Oh man. So if you watch that video in its entirety, the gentleman on the right is making the argument that 50-50 is the way to go in relationships and women should understand that, and it's perfectly fine. The gentleman on the left is saying, no way, Jose. You cannot expect a woman to be your domestic servant as well as go out into the world and serve others in whatever profession she pursues as well. Yeah. I'm exhausted by just watching that clip, to see that in this day and age, if somebody really thinks that someone should work a full-time job to help them pay bills and then come in the home and also work a full-time job serving them, doing things that they should be doing for themselves. This is so ludicrous, it's not even worth debate.
50-50 are financially unstable.
Okay, so y'all can go over there and watch them and then come on back over here and we can have a conversation about it. So I will say this again. Do whatever works for you and your family and your household. No judgment. If 50-50 is your bag, have at it. That being said, I think it's funny that certain 50-50 individuals want 50-50, but they want traditional treatment. It's so weird to me how people try to conflate the two. Like, you making your partner pay 50-50, but you still want your partner to do the things that a traditional household would do with less time and more work. The math doesn't math for me at that point. Now, if you're doing 50-50 and you take up some of the cleaning and some of the cooking because you know your partner's working, that makes a little bit more sense to me. But to demand this traditional lifestyle while paying 50-50, I don't get it. And maybe y'all can help me understand it. Now, on the other side, in some of these traditional households, just because you pay for the mortgage, it doesn't make me your property. Hopefully, it means that we've ironed out some type of construct where you provide these things and I provide these things. So everybody's giving 100% in the relationship. In dating, and I talk about this in my book, I have a list of must-haves, like-to-haves, and deal breakers. I must have somebody who's financially stable, who's financially literate, because I am. That's a must-have for me. You have to make what I make and or more in order for me to entertain the possibility. You must be able to hold a conversation. You must be able to do those things. I like to have a person that goes to the gym because I go to the gym. Those like tos are waivable. Things that we have in common. That's a like to have. A deal breaker means that you can have all those aforementioned things on the must have list, but if you do drugs or participate in any illicit activity, it's a no for me. But regardless, I encourage people to be honest with themselves. Be honest about your list. Be honest about what you want. And by all means, never settle.
Mama respect me.
You think she respects you?
Brother. Brother.
Has she ever raised her voice?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't respect you. Not the way you think, anyway. She respects you as a human being, like she respects her brother or her siblings or her friends, but not as a partner. She doesn't respect you. I promise you she don't. And it's bigger than her paying 50% of bills. It's about the fact that she knows she can't rely on you to hold her down if need be. Gabrielle Union said she pays 50% of bills, but she respects her man. Why? Because he can pay all the bills if he needed to. She could relax if she needed to. With you, she knows a large part of providing for the household falls on her, which requires her to continuously operate in her masculine. Meanwhile, you're not even striving to provide 100%. You're complacent working the same job, coming home and not being able to provide. While a provider would be trying to educate themselves more, apply for other jobs, find new ways, work multiple jobs to provide for their family, you reside in your feminine now, forcing her to be masculine. So no, she doesn't respect you.
I'm saying men should be men.
But you saying we not men. You saying we not men.
Let me tell you something. As a woman, I'm not getting in men's business, and I'm not going to be talking about whether I feel it's right, wrong, or indifferent. But I will say, I can appreciate two men being able to sit down and have a difference of opinion and communicate with each other. I love the fact, on top of that, that there's two black men having this conversation. I will say this, and this is just me personally from someone that will experience this because of the man that I'm with. I don't want my man working 2 to 3 jobs to become or be the traditional man and to provide so that, we can have this comfortable life and that he can provide everything for me. In an ideal world, yes, it'd be beautiful if my man could pay the majority and I do my part, right? But I don't have this aspiration where he needs to be doing any and everything to an extent where I don't see him. What is the point of the relationship if I can't see him? If the intent is for him to provide to an extent where I don't have to provide at all, okay, maybe he needs to go back to school or get a trade, or even if that's his aspiration to do. But for me personally, I'm not going to say that it has to be 50-50. And most of the times it's not 50-50. Well, some relationships it is 50-50. I'll speak for me in my marriage. It wasn't 50-50. It was who can bring the most to benefit the family the most, if that makes sense. So in some instances, I had the degree, so I was able to get jobs that were higher paying. Now, that didn't mean that I paid more of the bills. We figured out what worked for us. My husband wasn't actually making that much less than me, and he still took on the bigger bills. But because I was able to pick up the slack from the other smaller ones, we were just able to work together. Do what works for you, but I'm going to tell you this much. I would love my man too much to have him get working 2 or 3 jobs just so that he can be the traditional man and make the majority of the money. I want to see you, boo. I want to rub on you. I want to kiss you. I want to be around you. I want to go on dates. I want to do things together. Bills and stuff is going to be there. Shoot, I would rather live a more simpler lifestyle than to be thinking that this man need to work 2 or 3 jobs so that he can support our lifestyle and that he could be the traditional man. That's just my thoughts. I'm talking about the person that is the receiver, not from what a man should do, but as a receiver of what I would like to receive. There's so much more to the relationship for me. And maybe that's just because I'm more emotionally driven. I want more than just you being able to bring in, okay, cool, you work 6 figures, great. That takes off stress. I don't have to work as much. Great. But what are you doing at that 6-figure job? Do you work from home? Are you traveling all the time? Do the kids get to see you? Are you overworked? Do you have a job where you're stressed and worried? Like, those are the things that to me, I get some people being like, yes, girl, I got a bag, I got a this, I got that. Maybe that's important to you, but to you, I want to be up on you. I want to be up on you, sir. I want you to wrap your legs around me. I want to spoon with you. I want to do other things. But it's just not that important to me. And I know different things are important to different people, but that's just my 2 cents from the receiver of this traditional versus 50-50 kind of man.
cleans the house, and you got her working 16 hours a day.
So it's cool to be a 50-50 nigga into a 100 man walk in the room. The shit gotta be embarrassing. It gotta be. I'm gonna give you an example of how you know men know better. And they know they wouldn't allow their woman around a man who do it all. He could have a wife, don't cheat, ain't even interested in your woman. But that man don't want you around him talking. He don't want you to hear what this type of man got to say. Because a man like this gonna let you know, I do it all for my woman. She capable of being 50-50, you feel me? She can foot the bill, but I do it all for my woman. I don't want her doing nothing but pursuing herself. And she still do it. She do for me. But not in the way where she paying bills. Now they can't sit. They can't sit with 100 men. They don't want their women around them. Because they gonna tear them down just by being who they are. Imagine if a man who pay all the bills, bring his woman around. Let's say y'all doing a group outing. And we got the 50-50 and we got the men who do it all. They with their wives in conversation. They just talking. Ain't nobody being cocky. They just happen to be talking about, what they do. I know I pay everything. Ooh. And the 50-50 man, you think he gonna ever want to turn to talk? After the 100 dude break it down on what he do and how he nurture his wife, keep her in her feminine energy. You feel me? Do you think the 50-50 dude gonna be over there with his hand up like, oh, I can't wait till my turn? Man, me and my baby split the bills. You feel me? We split the bills. She cooked and she cleaned. I don't do none of that. He gonna send you out the room, baby. Go give me something to drink. He don't need you hearing all this good shit on that you don't get. Stop trying to compare. It's okay. Whatever your preference is your preference, okay? But don't be sitting up bragging about 50-50 when 100 is better. The math is clear that it's better. Because 50 is half of 100. It's clear that it's better. So don't get mad when people who got that 100 treatment brag about it. Because you 50-50 dudes always want to call them simps. That you a man, ain't no way, ain't no nothing. Stay in your change. Stay in your 0.5. You feel me? Stop trying to bring the 100% down. You hear me? That solid dollar. Let that solid dollar do what it do. You stay in that jiggle in your pocket, baby. That change.
Okay.
Respect me?
You think she respects you?
Brother.
You think has she ever raised her voice at you?
I'm not going to point out the 50-50 conversation because I don't care. I have my own views on it. Personally, I choose 50-50 because I'm controlling. Actually, I would like to be the one that owns everything and you just work for me or something. But that's why I'm not in a relationship. But I really wish people would start to realize that a lot of the times, the reason that nobody wants to listen to your argument is because you get too emotional. Just calmly, you might be upset. It might hurt your feelings. It might feel like he's taking a personal jab at you. He might be. If you don't get upset emotionally, or if you just learn how to calm your little goofy ass down, then you'll be treated with much more respect and we'll listen to what you're saying more. And I see it all the time. I don't know why a lot of these people that are more not traditional. Is it traditional? I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's left leaning and a lot of these stuff. They never put on the calm, rational person online. They always put the crazy people on. It makes all left leaning people or 50-50 type of people look crazy. Because we have calm people on this side that know how to have, conversations with people without getting emotional, I'm sure. But if you just learn how to calm down, you might get upset. But if you learn how to calm down, people are going to listen to you more. Just calm down. Relax. All of those emotions, speaking really fast and all of that, now I'm not going to listen to you. Because now I can tell that everything you're about to say is going to come based off of emotion. And I don't believe that any of it's going to be fact. Even if some of it is. I know it's going to be heavily steeped in emotion, and that's going to influence what you say, so you might not even tell me the truth. So calm down if you're having a debate. Calm down. Relax. Relax. Then say what you need to say. Just take the barbs. It's words. If he's not punching you, relax. Relax.
She cleans the house and you got her working 16 hours a day.
So I just want to say I'm not here to pass judgment for like any man or woman who has this type of situation. If you like it, I love it for you, but for me, it's a no-no. Like, as a woman, there's no way I am going to be working 16 hours, right? Have kids, come home, cook, clean, fuck my man.
Okay.
Like, for me, that's a no. And this is why my dad always told me at a young age, the two most important decisions you're going to make is who you have kids with and who you marry. Like, it makes me cringe. It's a no-no. Like, I'll pass on that. Like, I understand some people are okay with it, and that's fine if you're okay with 50-50, but I wasn't raised like that. My dad's an old-fashioned traditional man from another country, so 50-50, there's no such thing. So, to each his own. It's a no for me.
That sounds like slavery.
Girl, he said it sounds like slavery. So, what he said is, at the beginning, you have a woman who doesn't raise her voice at you. She cooks, she cleans, and you have her working a 16-hour day. And you going 50-50. Sounds like slavery. Yes. Now, I am a big proponent of do whatever works in your relationship. Whatever works for you is for you. I don't particularly like these conversations. I just know, I am also not used to men bragging about 50-50. You know, it's a weird flex to me that you have this girl who does everything. She's your piece. She doesn't raise her voice at you. And your claim to fame is, oh, and she pay half the bills. Like, it just, it's weird to me. But again, if y'all like it, I love it.
Don't do what we can. We do what we want. We don't do what we can. We do what we want.
Ooh, real quick, and I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Y'all see those two men sitting on the couch? The one that's on the right is a lot of people. It's a lot of y'all. No matter how correct someone is about how they're trying to talk to you, they can be remaining calm. They can try to be rational. Even though that you don't agree with what they're saying, what they could be saying could be correct. That's how a lot of y'all respond. That's why I'm stitching this video. That's the only reason why I'm not even worried about the conversation. But I just wanted to address that the average adult, when you try to talk to them, y'all respond like the guy on the right. Emotional. And emotions will never out trump logic. You can be logical with somebody. You can be as reasonable as possible. You can be telling them the truth. You can be accurate. But when someone is emotional and they're operating out of emotion, there is nothing that you're going to be able to say to them. That's how a lot of y'all act. And then have the audacity to get mad and get upset talking about don't nobody want to help y'all. No, because can't nobody get through to you. You don't want to listen. You want to be right. You want to be justified in your feelings because you haven't learned how to properly process your emotions. And the brother on the left, he was real calm. He was real patient. If you notice, for the most part, he didn't even interrupt. He didn't, when go back and look at the full conversation. I mean, it's like a long conversation. Go back and look at it. And look how he was composed. He was relaxed. He was calm. He let him speak. He didn't even interrupt him. He didn't get loud on him. He didn't get aggressive. He was just composed. That's what somebody who's healed and who's been through therapy and who has control over their emotions and who is grown.
That's what somebody who actually has matured does. A lot of people react like the guy on the right. Yeah. So when I tell people that walking around as an adult in America trying to deal with the average person is traumatizing, that's what I mean. It's traumatizing. It really is. It really is. And that's why a lot of times I just be like this, like, because I love helping people. One thing about me, I'm going to tell you something. Anybody who knows me knows that I love helping people. I just had to find the right people to help. Because you can't teach a lot of people nothing. You can't say nothing to a lot of people. A lot of people have excuses. A lot of people want to operate from emotions. A lot of people be on that. When I watched that video, I wasn't even worried about the conversation. I was just looking, and I'm like, you know what? That's how the average adult in America responds. And don't get me wrong, I ain't judging, because I used to be that way too. Because you couldn't say nothing to me either. But I had to grow up, and I had to heal, and I had to go through some shit to get to a better outcome. A lot of y'all ain't even willing to get to a better outcome. People will tell you that I am a lot calmer, rational, because baby, back in the day, I would hop on that ass quick. I don't got to be that person no more. I ain't got to fight no more. I can say it. I can say what I say and move the fuck on. I ain't got to go back and forth with you. I ain't got to argue with you. I ain't got to do that. I can just say, okay, okay, well, and then going about my business. And that's what's starting to happen to a lot of y'all. People done gave up on y'all. They done went on about their business. They have identified that you're a lost cause and you're not worth them expending any more energy on because you do not listen. And they don't move on. They out here living their life. I know it's people right now who think, oh, well, you know, that I'm mad, that I'm holding grudges. No, I ain't doing none of that. I done left your back here. You walking around like, I think, you know, Ty mad at me. No. Ty done left. I left you back here, or I left you down here, or I left you over there, or over there, and I'm out here. I done moved on with my life, and I'm living freely. I ain't worried about you. I'm not. And if a lot of people don't get together, right, and stop making up the excuses, y'all gonna be right there, like I said, emotional, because it's traumatizing. It is really traumatizing to be walking around here trying to talk to adults that do not want to listen, that have so much, they know so much, but they really don't know all. And no matter what you try to teach them or tell them for their own benefit to help them grow, all they do is this. And there's a lot of people stitching that video, right, of a certain demographic, attacking the guy on the left. And the point that he was trying to make was that it went way over their head. Why? Because they're operating out of their emotions. They're not remaining logical. And emotions will always outweigh logic when you are dealing with an adult who is unhealed, who is infantilized, irrational, don't even know, and don't even get me started. So many people always try to get into these conversations about money and don't even be financially literate. Don't even know how to balance their checking or savings account. Don't even have basic money management skills and tools. But baby, let me tell you something. You get into a conversation with them about some money, they know every guy except how to earn more.
So please, guys, go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. There's going to be a part 3 of men responding to this conversation. So you want to subscribe and probably check it immediately after this video. There will be a part 3, but I'll leave it up in the card and even at the end of the video. So go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about these conversations down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. You don't have to call anybody name or insult anybody. Let's just be respectful like we always do here, okay? So for me, my thought is that, like I said in the original video, I feel like everybody have the dynamic that works for them. Some people having a traditional man works for them. Some people going 50-50 works for them. But for me, it's finding out what works for you. If I'm going to go 50-50 with anybody, then literally I'm not allowed, like, was also going to go 50-50 with every other thing in the house, emotionally, mentally, physically, including house chores, emotional support and all that. A lot of times, most men think that all they can bring to the table, or all they have to bring to the table is money. But when they talk 50-50, I feel like they don't take into consideration of it's beyond just the money part of it. Like every other thing, is it going to be split 50-50, or it's just the money that you bring to the table that we're going to split 50-50? And for me, that robs me of like, I'm not here for that. If we're going to split everything 50-50, like everything, I don't mind, because I personally am the type of person that I like working for my money. Because I also feel like if a man works and provides for you 100%, then there's a little subtleness of control that goes in there. And like the other sister said, I'm the type of woman, I'm very bossy, I'm very on my own. So no, I don't think 50-50 is a bad idea, but we'll have to really split it like in the middle. You get it? Or probably pick the slack when the other person is not able to, but not putting all the majority of the work on me and then expect me to split the bills with you when it comes to financially. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about these in the comment section. So feel free to share your opinion. Please don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting your girl. Go check out part 1 if you haven't seen the part 1, so you get the full conversation. Okay, so go check out that. Okay, with that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.